So the big game is wrapped up in the great city of New Orleans. The Philadelphia Eagles were just dominant from start to finish, both on offense and defense, as they manhandled and dominated the Kansas City Chiefs 40-22. So let's get right to the recap. The Chiefs won the coin toss, but they deferred, and Philadelphia would get the ball first on offense. The Eagles, their drive got going. However, Jalen Hurts completed a great pass to A.J. Brown, giving Philly a first down. However, an offensive pass interference was called on wide receiver A.J. Brown, forcing the Eagles to punt. So after the Eagles punt, the Chiefs had an opportunity to begin their drive on offense. Patrick Mahomes completed a pass to wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster, giving the Chiefs a first down. But after that, nothing came out of the drive, and the Chiefs were forced to punt. So the Eagles got back to work on offense. A personal foul penalty was called on Kansas City when Eagles tight end Dallas Goedert was hit high. As a result of that, the Eagles were given an automatic first down. So after Jalen Hurts connected on a big play to his tight end, Dallas Goedert, next play, Jalen Hurts throws a bomb to wide receiver Jahan Dotson for what was called a touchdown. However, after instant replay, the call was reversed and it would be a first and goal. So, in typical Philly fashion, the Eagles did their trademark brotherly shove. Jalen Hurts gets in, scores a 1-yard touchdown. Extra point is good by Eagles kicker Jake Elliott. Philly leads 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. We move ahead now to the second quarter, with the Chiefs failing to do anything on offense and with the Eagles getting the ball back. So as soon as the Eagles got going on their drive, Jalen Hurts had his pass intercepted by Chiefs safety Brian Cook, giving the Chiefs an opportunity to get back to work on offense. After Kansas City failed to do anything on offense, they would punt yet again. After the Eagles were successful on the offensive side, getting in good field position, Jake Elliott made a 48-yard field goal, extending the Eagles' lead 10-0. With Kansas City getting back to work on offense, Patrick Mahomes just had no answers for this Eagles defense. Mahomes had his pass intercepted by Cooper DeJean, where he would take it to the house and score a 38-yard interception return touchdown. The extra point was good, extending the Eagles' lead 17-0. The bleeding did not stop for Kansas City. So after both teams traded punts, Mahomes continued to be flustered. His offensive line provided no pass protection, and Mahomes would throw another interception. This time, Eagles linebacker Zach Bond made the play just after the 2-minute warning. So the Eagles, with great field position, they took advantage of the opportunity. They took advantage of the turnover, capitalized on the opportunity. Hurts would throw a touchdown pass to A.J. Brown. The extra point was good, giving Philadelphia a 24-0 lead going into halftime. So, during the halftime show, Kendrick Lamar rocked it, did his thing, also getting some help along the way from Samuel L. Jackson, also SZA, Mustard, and even Serena Williams made an appearance during the performance of Not Like Us. And that's what Philadelphia told the Kansas City Chiefs really throughout the whole game. You're not like us. And certainly the Kansas City Chiefs were not like the Eagles on both sides of the ball throughout the course of this game. So after Kendrick did his thing and entertained us during the halftime show, the second half just continued to be sheer dominance from the Philadelphia Eagles. So Kansas City got to work on offense. So despite getting a first down from wide receiver Xavier Worthy, Patrick Mahomes just continued to feel the pressure of the Philadelphia defense. So the Eagles got the ball back. Jalen Hurts just continued to do his thing, not just throwing the ball, but also running the ball as well, being successful on quarterback draws and quarterback sneaks as well. Jake Elliott made another field goal, extending Philly's lead 27-0. So after Philadelphia did their thing, scoring another field goal, the Kansas City Chiefs, they did what they had to do. They tried to get some momentum going on offense. Patrick Mahomes making some key passes. Just as they say, desperate times call for desperate measures, and they got desperate on this particular drive. They went for it on fourth down. Mahomes' pass to DeAndre Hopkins was incomplete. It was a turnover on downs, and Philadelphia would get the ball back. And the Eagles were far from done. Jalen Hurts would connect with Devontae Smith for a 46-yard touchdown reception. The extra point was good, extending the Eagles' lead 34-0. So on Kansas City's next drive, Patrick Mahomes, as I stated earlier, desperate times called for desperate measures. And this is where the Eagles got desperate. After making key plays on this drive to Travis Kelce and also Xavier Worthy, Mahomes would connect with Worthy for a touchdown reception. The 2-point conversion was no good, giving Philadelphia a 34-6 lead at the end of the third quarter. The fourth quarter was basically all Philadelphia, and by that time, the writing was on the wall. So in the fourth quarter, Philadelphia got another field goal from Jake Elliott, extending the Eagles' lead 34-6. Patrick Mahomes just had a rough night. He's had some great days, but today was just not his day. Mahomes fumbled the ball on a strip sack by Eagles defensive end Milton Williams, and the Eagles would take it to Kansas City's 18-yard line. So after an unsportsmanlike conduct was called on Williams, Philadelphia ran the ball with Saquon Barkley, and it resulted with Philly being in good field position and Jake Elliott making another field goal, extending Philly's lead 40-6. So Patrick Mahomes, brownie points towards the end of the game. He throws a touchdown pass to DeAndre Hopkins, and he would throw another touchdown pass to Xavier Worthy. Both of those touchdown receptions resulted in the 2-point conversions being good on both of those scoring drives. And that set up the final score in the big game in New Orleans. Philadelphia 40, Kansas City 22. So here are the final statistics for the game. Jalen Hurts completed 17 out of 22 passes for 221 yards, 2 touchdown passes, and an interception. And he had 11 carries for 72 yards and a rushing touchdown. Saquon Barkley had 25 carries for 57 yards, and he had 6 catches for 40 yards. Also, we had Devontae Smith. He had 4 catches for 69 yards and a touchdown. A.J. Brown had 3 catches for 43 yards and a touchdown. Jahan Dotson had 2 catches for 42 yards, and Dallas Goedert had 2 catches for 27 yards. And as far as defense was concerned, defense was just phenomenal. Zach Bond recorded 3 tackles and an interception. Also, Oren Burks had 3 tackles, as well as Quinyon Mitchell. Milton Williams had 3 tackles to go along with 2 sacks. Cooper DeJean had 3 tackles, and including the interception return touchdown. In addition, Josh Sweat recorded 2.5 sacks. Also, Jordan Davis had a sack in this game, and Jalix Hunt recorded a half sack. Meanwhile, on the losing end for the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, he completed 21 out of 32 passes for 257 yards, and he had 3 touchdown passes and 2 interceptions. Xavier Worthy, 8 catches for 157 yards and 2 touchdowns. Travis Kelce, 4 catches for 39 yards. DeAndre Hopkins had 2 catches for 18 yards and a touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster had 2 catches for 16 yards, and Marquise Brown had 2 catches for 15 yards. So once again, the final score in the big game, the Philadelphia Eagles 40, the Kansas City Chiefs 22. Jalen Hurts was named the MVP of the game. And now Jalen Hurts now becomes the fourth black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. Doug Williams was the first one, followed by Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, and now Jalen Hurts. And also, in addition, Jalen becomes the third quarterback to win a national championship and a Super Bowl. The first two quarterbacks to do it, Joe Namath and Joe Montana. And now you can add Jalen Hurts to that list as well. As for the Kansas City Chiefs, no three-peat is in sight. The last team to do a three-peat were the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay won the 1965 NFL championship, and they would also go on to win Super Bowl I and Super Bowl II. So again, the Chiefs were looking to chase history. They were looking to leave that legacy and to become the first team to three-peat since the Green Bay Packers. Sorry, it's going to be a while. But again, the Chiefs were looking to chase history. They failed to do so. And so this game was just all about dominance from the Philadelphia Eagles. This game was about the Eagles' offensive line, pass protecting, not only protecting Jalen Hurts, but also protecting Saquon Barkley just enough for him to make plays when necessary. And also, this was about the Eagles' defensive line just manhandling the Chiefs' offensive line. Patrick Mahomes, he did a lot of dancing. He did a lot of moving around. He never got his feet set. Just for some reason, the Chiefs just never got going. And Philadelphia, they checked every box: offense, defense, wide receiver play, pass protection. They checked all of the boxes in New Orleans. And certainly Eagles fans are celebrating from Bourbon Street to Broad Street, from the French Quarter to South Philadelphia. And certainly there's going to be a lot of Eagle fans, the ones that made the trip to New Orleans. They're certainly going to be feasting on beignets and po' boys, and also hurricanes and daiquiris and whatnot. It's certainly going to be a fun time for the Philadelphia Eagles, and the next several months are going to be fun. As for the Kansas City Chiefs, they have a lot of changes that are going to be made. What's going to be for the future of Travis Kelce? Does he still want to play football? I know he's been busy the last several years with the famous person. I don't have to say the person's name. You know who I'm talking about. Also, too, what are they going to do at the receiver position? Xavier Worthy has got a bright future. And are they going to make some changes in terms of getting the secondary right? Patrick Mahomes is great. We're not worried about Patrick. Patrick is Patrick. Patrick is going to be just fine, but they just need to fine tune some things at certain positions. But the Eagles flew high over all of New Orleans, and they showed up, man. Certainly they handled their business. And once again, the final score in the big game, Philadelphia Eagles 40, the Kansas City Chiefs 22. Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning into the channel. Remember to click like, share, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.